Hello YouTube, this is Raymond Filipich, King of Lame. I'm here with two of my teammates from Team 240p Gold. I've got Doug.
Yo!
And we got Squeeve.
What's up?
And we're going to talk about what happened today, and a little bit about what we see coming out in the game afterward. So, the first thing was, we all got our packs. Doug got a few more because, money buys you more starter entries than anybody else. So, how did you feel about your pulls?
I liked it. I got just about everything I wanted. Could have used a few more copies, but that's about it.
Yeah, because he only wanted Guinevere and every other money card that exists. But that's Doug. Steven, how did you feel?
Pretty good. Most stuff I was interested in were common rares.
Because Ghost Trick guy. That's what he was looking for. Meanwhile, I got a handful of Gravekeepers, and by that I mean I got the common guy, and because of my best friend Doug, I got like all heretics and temples. So, meanwhile, I looked like an orphan because anything I really wanted was just rare, because, I only wanted 7 cards out of the set. So, no. As far as the builds today, Doug actually didn't end up playing. He had family business to attend to. So he ended up buying a massive amount of starter entries and then just drops. Steven, what were you running today?
I ended up entering the Dust On deck for the sneak peek.
So you just added 3 white Dust Ons, or what else did you add from the packs?
I added 3 white Dust Ons, but I kept 3 of the traps sided out.
The trap was...
Roller. It was a Dust On roller.
Okay, cool. And as you guys all know, I built a Cookie Cutter Lightsworn. From the base deck I did in the video that was already uploaded, I actually added a Solemn Warning. So I ended up having that in my deck too. It ended up becoming like a 43 card deck instead of 42. And of course I built out my my extra deck and my side deck. And it was kind of fail because I expected more Gravekeeper players, even though all the Gravekeeper cards were really hard to pull because they were all super and better basically. So my side deck flopped, and I didn't do anywhere near what I thought I was going to do, which is fine. And I ended up adding 3 Snapdragons because I wanted to try to eliminate those hand traps on the way in. So I ended up with a 46 card deck going in, and it made for some misplays for me. I remember it was game 2 or 3. I opened with all mid-game cards because my deck count was higher. So I did that. I played against some interesting decks today. What about you?
Saw enough of the Gravekeepers in the tournaments. Didn't get to see a Bujin deck in there though.
Now you see, I fought 2 of them back to back. Well, one was straight Bujin, and then the other one was actually more Fire Lord, Fire King, Fire Fist.
Brofist.
Yeah, kind of. It was the Brofist. He pounded it. I'm not gonna lie, he won. Fair's fair, right?
The deck is a pain in the butt.
Hey, I took it down to the wire. Any game that I lost, except for my last game, which was against Infernities, I did take it to game 3. So there was always a win in there for me. But again, I would draw late game, mid game stuff, or I would mill my important stuff because, Lightsworn is Lightsworn. So I'm not complaining. I saw your Dust-Ons playing. That was okay. I ran up against 2 dinosaur decks out of nowhere. One was one was a macro Fisher dinosaur deck with 2 D Fishers in it because that hasn't been at 1 for like 7 months.
Figures, rookies.
Hey, I mean, whatever. He took it out for game 2 and it still lost, whatever. I played up against Jirax and, I Zen main like a gangster because Zen mains is gangster as shit. By the way, warning, language, that's going to happen a little bit. It's also like 10 o'clock at night while we're taping this, so expect us to maybe ramble a little bit. This might be one of our longer ones. So it goes. But yeah, Jirax, and, I kind of stopped it cold. Had to play out of it once or twice in game 2.
Yeah.
Did 2-0 it, was pretty pumped. So there was that. I saw Monarchs on like 1 or 2 tables, and I expected to see a little more of that, especially with the new Mobius. Just because. Plus, there's that other card we're going to talk about. What was its name again, real quick?
That one or no, the first Monarch, the trap.
Sure, we can talk about that one too.
I'm trying to remember what one you were trying to talk
The one
about.
that you just picked up and you showed my phone, like the people on YouTube can see that.
I don't even know how to pronounce that, dude.
Oh, goodness gracious. Maggio Sheldon. The little leprechaun walking a chameleon. He's a 3-star water warrior, 8x2 Thou. Cannot be specialed except by its effect, and when it's tributed, it comes back on the next standby phase, quite like a Treeborn Frog.
Your next standby face.
Yeah, mine's next standby phase, sorry. My bad. I'm a horrible player at Yu-Gi-Oh!, so I don't know full-on effects. And what does the first Monarch do?
First Monarch pretty much is a trap card. Actually, I gotta pull it up because I can't remember its stats. It's reverse stats of your standard Monarch.
It was a trap monster, right?
Yes, it is a trap monster.
What was its rarity?
It's a secret rare.
Okay, that probably explains why I don't think I saw one pulled at all. And we went through, what, like 3 of the starter cases?
Just on my half, I ended up getting a whole case. Between me and another buddy.
Yeah, but we end up going through, like, 160 packs?
Yeah. So
30
packs a
that's
deck.
tournament, like, yeah.
Well, 30 packs a box. It's a Fiend type Dark, level 6. 1,000 attack, 24 defense. You can, whenever it's summoned, you can ditch a card, declare an attribute. It now becomes treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon monster of the same attribute.
Okay.
But it has that same downside that all the new Monarch stuff continuous cards have. You cannot special summon cards from the extra deck whilst it's face up.
Monarchs don't need an extra deck.
They never have, and I've proved it.
Well, for a while, I think they were good because when the overlay just started, they had access to some really cool things as it started coming out.
I mean, you can still balance it easily.
Yeah, Bouncer was really good. Bouncer was excellent. When Bouncer gets stale, you can always go to, Drake? Gaia Drake?
Yeah.
So that was always cool. You get a nice inflict pierce damage card. I think it actually gained like 100 power when you step up off that. Because you go from 26 to 27, don't you?
Yeah. Plus you get piercing.
Yeah, piercing's always good. Whenever you can pierce something, do it. Unless, of course, you're our friend Twitchy, at which point you should stop piercing your tongue using a bar of soap, a hammer, a screwdriver, and a countertop that you eventually pierce your tongue to.
I still can't believe he did that.
So that's a fun story for you guys. He sticks his tongue out onto a bar of soap and then pounds a screwdriver through it. And he's stuck, tongue out, to his was it the bathroom counter?
Yeah, it was the bathroom sink.
Yeah, because nobody can be that messed up. Twitchy, if you're listening, we're hate
sorry.
you. Oh, we're sorry. Sorry.
I didn't know it was opposite day.
I didn't think it was. Alright, enough trash talk. He's a good kid when he's sleeping. Okay, we're off the subject of our friend. The next thing. We saw some cards that we feel are going to kind of invite into the meta. So basically today's sneak, it was average. It was a sneak. It had the normal sneak meta. You had the normal, some decks that came in. They did some things. Some people tried to tech into Sylvans. I didn't really see those decks do too well. Excavate isn't yet a really good effect. I feel that the going through your deck thing is kind of fun. But, I don't know. We'll see in the next few sets as we get more cards for it. If the effects get better, if they get some cool overlays or synchros. Because apparently synchro is not dead. They gave us some more of those this time around. Do you guys see the meta going anywhere with these new cards? Do you guys see any decks really coming out? I mean, of course, the Gravekeepers. The ones I did see, they did okay. I feel it's going to go towards a control format. With them, at least. And it's really easy because, I mean, even though the cards seem haphazard when you look at them, they got a lot of utility to them, like Nobleman. It has to be killed by an opponent's monster by battle in order to set any Gravekeeper. But remember, that's any Gravekeeper. So the new Shaman, you pop it in defense mode, you got your Valley, starts as 15-15, becomes 20-20, then gains 200D per dead Gravekeeper. So it's immediately like 2200 going in. And it's partial End of Anubis. It stops all graveyard effects outside of Gravekeepers. And at the same time, we're seeing a shout out back to the 2010 meta, where we saw Stardust Malefic really helping the deck out by protecting Necro Valley. And this guy not only protects it, he says it cannot be overplayed, but it also cannot be destroyed. Your field spell cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So I still see some things like Phoenix Wingwind, Blast, Ryza, a couple other cards still giving it a bit of problem. Even for my one friend AJ, he used to play, what was it, Back to Square One?
Yeah.
Kind of a cool spell card. Kind of a waste in my opinion. The decks he played it in really didn't synergize with it the way like you could do it with a Gadget deck or a Machina deck. But, whatever. It was good. He played it. It was really, it was techy at the time. It had plays. Plus, everybody likes sealing a card, because then we know what your next draw is, and then depending on what we do to the field, what we do to the hand, that sealed card may or may not be worthless now. So, I mean, Doug, you remember what you just did to my Lightsworn with your Monarchs, so that was fun.
We don't want to talk about that. Ray scooped twice.
Yeah, I scooped. I picked up. It's fine. I was looking down at maybe like 3 Monarchs with 800 life points and no cards in my back row and nothing in my hand, really. And a JD removed because of my, what was it?
Gold Sark.
Sarko. And at the same time, I had like no graveyard because I prematurely did a localized tornado because I'm a scrub. I'm a bad player.
You should have just let me banish it with Caius.
I should have. I really should have. But, I went full out and I wanted to be cool, and no. It's not like I didn't have the second one set. It was. Cool story, bro. So I failed. Moving on from that. So Gravekeepers, I see them moving forward as a control deck. They got the Temple. You guys saw what Temple did, especially you, Steven. I saw George do that to you. Temple is going to stop players from special summoning anything that isn't Gravekeeper. So they can effectively not use an extra deck, shut down an opponent's extra deck. They don't fear a Swarm deck. They got to worry about the Spell Trap Control, though. That can really hit the deck. Now, did the Temple of Necro Valley need Necro Valley for the effect?
Yes. Necro Valley and Gravekeeper, I do believe.
Okay, so it's like the Imperial Tombs. Also, out of all the packs open today, we saw 0 Imperial Tombs at our card shop.
Wrong. 1.
There was one?
Yes.
Who pulled it?
Foltz. Go
Really?
figure.
Of course Foltzy would. Foltz is an amazing card puller. If he hears about a money card, he smells it. He buys his entry at just the right time and walks away like a boss.
He's just lucky.
Oh, luck is a skill, man. Luck is a skill, and he's got the nose for it. So that's fine. The nose knows.
I'd love to have that skill.
Steven, your nose can't smell anything anyways.
Who's
That's
seeing
true.
Infernities really coming out right now? I mean, they've got access to with their Archfiend. They can use Eris and Palabyrinth and get some crazy plays. That actually happened to me, and I lost both times. Turn 3, kid outplayed me. He had a really good skill with his deck. He definitely practiced with it. Just a good player.
That barrier there is vicious.
Yeah, Barrier is vicious. If I
It's
would,
always been vicious.
I wish I would have done my homework and actually read that card ever, because I had set MST and I saw him pick it up because he tutored it, and then he showed it to me, and then he set it, and I could have MST'd it, but I'm dumb. It was a sneak peek. I wasn't really paying as much attention as I should have. I treated it like another day of fun locals.
I mean, it's a sneak peek. It doesn't matter on your record.
Yeah,
It's never played in because it's not Konami sponsored.
which is fine. So I was really excited about one card I pulled. Want to talk about it as tech real quick before we go back to talking about decks. Can we talk about Shared Ride real quick? Quick play spell, secret rare, of course, because that's not good. After this card resolves, each time your opponent adds a card or cards from their deck or their discard pile to their hand this turn, except through drawing, you may immediately draw a card. You may only activate one of these per turn. It is the max C of tutors. So all those pot of dualities, Gravekeepers do it a little bit. They use Stell, recruiter effects, and I've seen some players do both on the same turn. I don't think it's going to get as much plays right now. I think this is a card to look out for, and I think it's going to be side deck fodder for now. I expect people to side deck it like 1 of, maybe 2 of. Same thing as they do Max C, and it's just like an optionable thing. But I think it's going to be good. It's probably not valued very high right now, because again, it's
estimates are 52 if I remember correctly.
52 isn't bad.
Yeah, it's no $100 card.
Well, I didn't expect it to be $100. I expected it to be $30.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in like 2 weeks that's where it's going to go, if not lower. I expect this guy to settle around 20, at least for now. Again, when you're talking the Madolches and stuff later, maybe some of the wind-up cards, maybe if these players start playing a little more, if we see some more Machina Gadget, especially with the gadget portion,
Yeah.
I see this. But I don't see it being as devastating as Maxi was in its heyday. Because remember, when we dropped it on a Samurai player,
Oh.
yeah,
I've taken the Maxi challenge and I still lost.
Maxi challenge.
That's when.
What, you try to deck them out?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, I mean, I wasn't running red blue at the time, so I couldn't sit there and do the infinite combo.
I remember doing it to Yance, and he was like, "Woo, +10!" I was like, that's fine. I mean, I knew I was going to lose. It was just a matter of go big or go home. And there was a couple rounds left, so I didn't want to go home yet. So I went big. But I really see this being maybe a utility if Spellbooks and Prophecy gets back to where it was. If they find their consistency, if they find their niche, and they do what they need to do, I feel that Shared Ride will become, like I said, it'll end up being like a $20 card.
I mean, Prophecies really didn't lose much. They just lost their fate. They lost it down to 1.
That's not even losing it though, because they
It's not.
recycle.
They can recycle it all the time.
And everybody was talking all that mad stuff about Magician of Faith like it wasn't going to be played, and I've already seen it being played.
Oh,
So
who's not going to play it? Anybody who played the game back when Mage of Faith was around knew that was the card that just we didn't have good cards. Banish the cards other than Nobleman a Crossout. That was the card everybody wanted to hit.
But I'll tell you what,
'Cause
I
that
still
spell
don't
that-
play it again. I still haven't played it again.
Me either. But
I've got 15 copies sitting in my bedroom in a stack with all the other cards that were banned, like my Chaos Emperor Dragons and, you know, my Dragon Ravines and all that other crazy stuff. Thank you, Konami. But I've got them back there. I really haven't dusted them off yet. I don't think I'm going to. But I haven't played any decks where I want to. There are some decks where I would really consider it. Especially if I'm playing like a tech deck, a stall deck. If I go back to Clown Control, expect me to put it back in.
Oh.
If I'm playing a Chaos deck, if I'm doing Stun, you know that's an extra mind control. That's more overlay possibilities for me. I might put it back in. And since everybody's still afraid to play trap cards, everybody's still running like E-controllers and stuff, I'll definitely reuse it. And then I will sack it for the Econ effect, take your card, do whatever I want to do, and then overlay it out or synchronize it out. Because
you contribute
synchro still happens. Yeah, but I don't... Yeah, I guess I do play like 2 Caius when I do that, so that's fine. Yeah, and like
Pretty
one
bad.
Ryza.
I know your plays better than you do.
I wasn't thinking.
You never
So,
do.
do you guys see Gladiator Beast coming back right now? Do we see the utility of them? Do we see that happening? I know we talked about them with Rogues, but seriously, they got some crazy cool effects. They don't resolve in the graveyard. It's a graveyard meta. They're not really shut down except by like the Gravekeeper's 1 spell card. And again, like I said, we've got triple MST.
We got triple Dust Tornado.
Yeah, we do have triple dust. We've always had triple dust tornado. What are you talking about? I mean,
you never know. People might forget about that card because nobody ever plays it except for one guy at locals.
and let's remember that you still have all the Gozerus plays and all that fun junk still. So, I mean, there's still enough plays to do it and want it. But again, I think the timing is going to be a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
Because Gravekeepers can sit back with a bigger spell trap board and play off 15, 16 monsters.
They
and
recycle.
just-
They can recycle. Now.
Well, yeah, they got Stell. Stell's still at 3, right?
Yeah.
And
But I've seen, everybody I've seen has only ever played 2.
well, that's because 3 clogs.
It does.
And that's another discussion for another time, is cards and like what number to play them at. And we might do that. We might save it for a while and pull it out of our bag of tricks when we get bored. So Gladiators, still kind of good.
I mean,
Still kind of not.
I don't see them coming out until after Primal Origins because they are supposed to get support in it. Everybody else probably going to jump on the bandwagon again. You might finally catch up to the players that, have played them loyally Yeah, just either stop coming to the tournaments for a while because they got tired of the decks being outclassed,
Or maybe they just have better things to do right now. Maybe they've got family obligations.
that is true.
There's a lot of players that are locals that are still in school and stuff. They go to college and everything. So you got to respect that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't play during every meta. That's why I didn't know what like the Infernity was going to do to me. I didn't understand the pain that was about to happen. And
I still hate that deck.
yeah, but it's fine. It's not as playable. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given it back its barriers. So it's whatever.
It's not as vicious as it used to be.
Again, what do you guys see for Lightsworn? Obviously, this cookie cutter was a fail, but it was a fail because I had to add 3 cards, and I really didn't sit down and take into consideration, if I'm going to run it at 46, which is what I ended up doing. Yes, it's Lightsworn, it mills, it's fast, but you clog on a draw, you're going down.
I saw that twice.
42 to 44 is generally the number I do play. And, I mean, as cool as Snapdragon was, as irritating as that was for my opponents, it wasn't the best thing in the world. And Snapdragon really a good card for Sylvans, because they want to get rid of those hand traps, and you can excavate it because it's a plant type, so you can pitch it.
Oh, jeez.
And it's like that one turn, I'm taking a card at random. If you've only got the one card, guess what? I'm not running an Honest. I'm not running into, is it Crane for the Bujinjis?
Bujin Cranes, yes.
Doubles up the attack. I don't need to worry about Blackwing Kalutes. Blackwings again, let's talk that. Still dark. Still doing everything it did. Still has 3 Black Tornadoes, Black Whirlwinds. Why aren't we seeing this? It's the perfect mix of Synchro, Overlay, and Tech.
Nobody's smart enough to be able to play it.
Can we drop dissing them and maybe just say it hasn't topped in a regional, so nobody wants to play it yet?
True.
I feel like our local meta being that we have a lot of regional players where we play, and they really do focus in on what's in the regionals, and that's their game. They play the meta. That's who they are. So when you top there, you feel a little bit better about yourself, and when you get stomped, you learn a lot real quick. That's just how our locals is.
Yeah.
How about your Noble Knights? What do you see them doing? I mean, you just got Guinevere, you got Perdur.
Perdur. Not Perdur.
Oh no,
Perdur.
I'm gonna call it Perdur.
He's not that broke, but he's what we were needing because the build that I was playing up until he came out, I was looking for something to actually recycle my Noble Arms. Because, granted, yes, you have the 2 kings that can pull him, but he's a 1 card. He dies with a Noble Arms. That Noble Arms is back to your hand. It sets you up for that Madrop play after your opponent just field wiped you. I mean, it helps it out. It's what the deck was missing.
It's a bit of stability, yeah. I like that.
And then Guinevere, she is just like Excalibur. She's not affected by DNA Surgery because she equips to a Noble Knight. She's what I've been asking for. Because also, she's helping me keep my monster count up. But she still treats as a Noble Arms equip spell.
Can we talk about how she equips out of the discard pile?
I was getting ready to hit that.
She's so pro.
Once per turn, re-equip 1 Guinevere from your discard to it. So that means if you have one of the guys that's up in it, he's a dark, you can reuse his Catastrophe effect. Light, that's another Destiny. She goes for both effects, either if the monster will be destroyed when it's a light, she goes instead. Or you can cast her ability at the stand, before damage step even happens.
Well, before the damage calculation, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's at the start of the damage step, so...
Cool, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Like I said, Catastrophe.
Yeah. Alright, so, I mean, that's really cool. I got a hug for pulling that out of his pack form, because I'm amazing.
Only time I will ever hug another guy.
You say that until I pull the next great card. You say that until then. I was kind
Keep
of...
that in note, guys. If he pulls another great card for me, you'll probably hear about it, because I know Ray. I've known him for a while. He will bring it up.
I want to talk about the little 1-star Utopia card.
Roots?
Yeah, Roots is kind of cool. This is, I think, our first really good... Maybe not really good, but first almost playable rank 1.
I think the first really good one was Lionheart.
Yeah, Lionheart was really good. So, Roots is really cool. It's just any 2/1s, and when any player's monster declares an attack, I can detach the Xyz from it, negate the attack, and if I negated one from an Xyz, it'll gain attack equal to rank times 5. So this is really cool, especially since, again, a lot of players like to go into those tech, higher ranked cards.
Draco Sack.
Yeah, Draco Sack.
Big Eye.
Big Eye, yeah, Photon Bouncer. Although I think Bouncer would negate him.
Yeah, I think Bouncer would negate him.
I think Bouncer's got the upper hand there. So maybe he's not as good as I was hoping, but he's still viable in some decks. And seeing as there's almost enough Utopia cards to play a deck based on it, I expect to see a couple of the more casual players experiment with this now.
Who knows? I might even try it. I don't know.
Yeah,
yet.
don't do that. You're not that good. You're not that good to be a scrub.
I thought it was too good to be a scrub.
No, you're not good enough to be a scrub. You have to be good. That's who you are. Just deal with it. I'll drop your mat in the snow again.
Yeah, I get a mat. Let him borrow it. Right after round 1, he drops it 3 times in the snow plus his trade binder.
Twice in the snow.
Oh no, I dropped it once.
Yeah, you did. They're just making fun of us. You can hear them, right?
Yeah, I could hear him laughing in the background.
That's fine.
I'll find you.
No, you won't. He's lazy.
Yeah.
How about the new warrior? What is he, Mighty Warrior?
Mighty Warrior.
Okay, that was uncalled for. So 6-star synchro, very unspecific in his making. Half a flame wingman at 22 power. This guy isn't bad.
Didn't you use him today?
I did use him today. I actually declared a game on it because he was new. Not a lot of people were interested in him, so nobody really read him. But a common that could do that. That wasn't bad. It fills the role of another 6 that you have to choose from for the people still playing synchros and they're just playing a tech. It's okay. I don't expect it to be played heavy. Maybe like a one-off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever played more than one copy of any level 6 synchro.
Bryanak, way back in the day?
Brionic? No, I've only ever owned one copy at a time.
Really?
I was too into money then, so I'd sit there as soon as I get a second one, I'd sell it off.
That's fine. Whatever.
I mean,
6 was a weird level.
It is.
I mean, you either had really good cards like Goyo and Bryanak, or you had nothing like Gaia.
Now, don't diss Gaia.
No, he was a good check for Stardust at the time, but let's face it, he's so obscure now. Even Flamevale Uriquizes is better. Yeah, guys, name drops like a boss. So, this one's gonna get 0 likes. Like us for not getting likes. No, don't do that. How about the new machine? What is he? Inner Deep Space, whatever.
Deep Space Cruiser, IX, I don't remember what Roman numerals
It means 9, bro.
9.
You know, it's like a joke. Star Trek.
Oh,
Deep Space 9. Plus, we got the new Karibo, and Karibo is obviously the Tribbles. Trouble with Tribbles and multiplying. Let's just feel that one out for a second.
Steve,
it's a tadpole.
I feel like you're going to do his laugh. You might as well go home.
It's a tadpole with a rainbow mohawk. Thank you, Rainbow Karibo. That is all. People are collecting it to collect it. It's not that good. I mean, I'll see a couple players play it because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't see it going anywhere.
There was a handful of them using it today.
Yeah, but they had to. I'm sure that in a week, it's going to be forgotten.
I don't even remember what the card does.
Okay.
I'm too lazy to pull it
When
off.
your opponent attacks, you can discard it from your hand, and it will equip to the card and stop it from attacking while it's equipped. And then if they make a direct attack while it's in your discard pile, it special summons up. So it blocks an attack twice.
It is pretty good.
It's
Actually,
not bad. Again, it's just going to get slaughtered. It's going to get slaughtered wholesale. Stick with your Battle Fader. It's much better.
But back to Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, pitch a machine. You get a level 9 machine. I don't know any level 9 overlays that are good.
I didn't do my homework. I forgot to look.
There might be something in Number Hunters that gets used for this.
I think there's a gimmick puppet.
Gimmick Puppet? Maybe.
Holy
I don't
crap,
know.
Steven actually talks.
It'll happen.
I could see it in a gadget build. I could see it in a Machina build. I see better cards in those builds.
Cannon.
Well,
Hunters.
yeah. 2 cannons, Heliopolis, sack some gadgets, pop some stuff, swing through. Good game. But, again, I don't see that being a big threat in that deck either. Especially not when you've got cards like Machina Fortress pretty much doing the same job.
Yeah. I mean,
It doesn't even have really good stats. What is it?
9/9. Go
Nine-
figure.
9/9. That's great. That's so bad. So let's not talk about that anymore. What's that other little machine you wanted to talk about?
Starship. Yeah, Starship Spy Plane. It's a
Level 4.
level 4 wind, 11/5. If your opponent controls a face-up Xyz monster, you can special them from your hand. When this card is special summoned, target one spell trap your opponent controls, and return the target to hand. I mean, it's not going to be majorly played,
You want to bet?
but there's gonna be real nice plays for it.
Overlays are out there. It's a card. It's a card now. Overlays are out there, and we're talking about bouncing something. So it's potentially that's one of the two mirror forces. Maybe somebody wasn't going to torrential this, so they let you into your bigger play.
Or maybe warning. Bounce that warning back.
Yeah, I mean it could open up some plays, but you're right. I really don't see it doing much. Again, probably like a Machina build, a gadget build, something not well.
I was thinking about this for that deck that I still have in the works. You know the deck I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that's fine because it'll let you get into your overlays quicker too.
Yeah, well.
Because you're gonna get that other level 4 out there real quick, and it prevents you from using Frontline Fortress or whatever Frontline Base. Wink, wink, XYZ for XYZs.
We weren't supposed to leak it until I had the profile up.
Nobody cares. What's the trap card you got sitting over there?
It's Skill Prisoner.
Okay, Skill Prisoner. What is that gonna do?
You target one card you control. During the turn, any monster effects that resolves, after this card resolves, that target that card at activation, they're negated. Then once during the turn, either players, except the turn it's been sent, it'll do the same thing. You target one of your monsters, it's no longer affected by anything that would target it. It's a trap version of Dress. No attack loss.
Okay, I like this. I think Lightsworn might pick it up. Because we can mill it and not care.
Yeah, I mean
it's like Breakthrough Skrill.
It's the other side of Breakthrough. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, so I could see this being played. Again, I think it's going to have to find its niche first. But again, I mean, this stops some plays.
Yeah, it does.
It stops a couple plays. What's that other trap card you got laid out?
Oh, that's for the Monarchs. It's the Monarchs Awaken. It's this is another version of Forbidden Lands. Much like Skill Prisoner, it just doesn't have the attack drop. But it's for only a tribute summon monster. If you have no cards in your extra deck, you target one face-up tribute summon monster you control. Its effects are negated, but it's also unaffected by the effects of any other cards other than this card. I mean, it's nice because you tribute, your opponent goes to torrential, you flip this. Okay, my effect is gone, but whatever. It's not a counter trap.
Okay, it's unaffected. It's just unaffected.
It's unaffected.
For a second, I was like, well, did you say target or just unaffected? Yeah, okay. You could also stay up during a dark hole too, though.
Yeah.
So when your opponent's making a desperation, try to save myself. Maybe set Raikou. Maybe set. I saw some Spirit Reapers today, actually, guys. Spirit Reaper for the longest time I haven't seen him, and I saw him coming back a little bit, so that was kind of cool.
I mean, you've seen some of the plays I do on my Monarch deck with like the Dark Dust.
Yeah.
With March protecting everything, but this, if I don't have March and I have something else I want to keep on the board for game, and I need to wipe out their field, I'm going to drop Dark Dust Spirit. I'm going to trigger the Awakens, just to save my other Monarchs, so I have the initial parts for game. I'm not going to toy around like I do with Steve.
Well, that's because Steve is Steve. That's not the point, though, and it doesn't equate to all Steves, just our Steve and Rush. Just Rush recklessly. Rushes recklessly into other people's traps.
Happens.
It's a
Sometimes
trap
gets
card.
the job done.
You're not Cliff, okay? You don't remove the trap by falling into it. Okay, how about our new Synchro 10-star Leo? Can we talk about this piece of amazing? Number one, this is another unspecific 10, so it falls in the same rank as, was it the Decisive Armor from the Ally of Justice set?
I thought the Decisive was 9. Or it might be 10, I don't know.
I thought he was 10. He could be 9.
Steven, make yourself useful, look it up.
Yeah, Steven, do something. You're not talking. So, this guy's
Okay.
unaffected, or no, wait. This face-up card on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects except during my main phase 2. So, if I never
Just
go
look
to my
up
main
level 10
phase 2...
decisive armor.
Question. When I accelerate to my end phase, do I actually have to hit every phase through?
That is a very good question. If I could access my giant pile of rulebooks that are in a tin somewhere.
Well, let's not. But I think you do. I think even for a split second you have to touch them. Because you do have to end your battle phase. Because video games, I think, still touch it.
Yeah, they do. They click over. Even
plus-
Death Pro does.
Plus, even when playing other decks, like... what were you playing today? You were playing your Ajamas for fun. You played Frozen Fitzgerald on us.
Yeah.
And he's got the basic effect of, like, all ancient gear cards. So, there is the timing of about to leave main phase 1 to battle phase 2. Or, sorry, battle phase. You don't get a second battle phase unless card effects. I'm an idiot.
You said it on me.
Isn't that the 5th time this time I've admitted it?
Yep.
That's fine.
5th time and 41 minutes.
I'm
So
okay
what
with this.
What was it about decisive armor?
What's his
level? So he's just gonna blurt it out in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Are you right there? What's his level?
10.
10.
Okay.
I
So
win.
you were right.
That's the first bet I won all night, guys. I lost $2 to Steven. We're not going to explain why because I'm a loser. So, Leo Drake, Leo the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. It kind of looks like Leo Drake evolved a bit. I mean, he's got the same tail.
He's better.
Yeah, he really is. But during my own main phase 2, this means you can't book me, no econ, and it says unaffected, right? No, just cannot be targeted. So, I mean, I still fall into D prisons and stuff, but like the Gravekeepers, no Descendant play on me. So, it's really cool. I think it'll be one of those things where the Synchro players, I think you guys are just going to add one into your deck. It's really cool because he's just a regular silver name rare card. So, again, it's not that hard to get a hold of. So I feel like he's going to do some work. How about Exiton Knight, guys? Exiton Knight. Can we talk about how Evil Swarm just got the new card that's totally unspecific? Just any 2 level 4s to make this rank 4?
Yeah.
Now, it was, my main phase 1, or my opponent's battle phase.
Yeah.
And it's during a chain, right? Was it during a chain?
Yes, it's once per chain. During main phase or opponent's battle phase.
So, what happens is, I go ahead, I pitch material, and if my opponent's cards in hand and field are more than what I have in my hand and field, I literally blow up everything but Exiton Knight. This guy is kind of broken, kind of sick and disgusting.
I mean,
He's really hard to pull. I think that was maybe the card that nobody pulled today.
Nobody pulled him.
And it's fine. The ratios are off during a sneak peek, as opposed to waiting a week and buying a couple boxes. So
Yeah, but even then you'll probably get stuck with through Mobius, kind of like I did when I was trying to pull Lady of the Lakes.
I know, but I mean,
that was just luck of the packs.
It is, but again, we have 8 secrets in this, and you're only really kind of guaranteed 2. So you're taking that 25% shot in the dark of getting him. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you pull 2 in the same box, and then you're just set. You sell one.
Kind of like I did with those Trishas whenever they came out.
Yeah, you just sell one. You make all your money back, and you're good to go. You're GG. But he's really cool. He's more of a compact Black Rose, and that's why I think a lot of people are going to love him. And the fact that he could just be thrown in any deck, I mean, windups are going to love this. Windups, I think, are going to just abuse it. Like I keep saying, Gladiator, Gladiator, Gladiator. Gladiators can grab this guy. The Gravekeepers, there's no problem with flipping Spy, grabbing another card, quick overlay. It's just there. Six Samurai, we could do it all day, every day. We're just like, oh, yeah, I've got Iriwan field. Quickly, let me asceticism and grab, who is it, Inishi?
Yeah, Legendary Inishi.
And I'll pop card back to the hand or whatever, just to be that guy. Then I'll overlay. Maybe after I'm attacking, because I want to do more damage.
Next thing
and sit on a sweet
19.
effect. Yeah. And then I'll sit on a sweet effect. And you're obviously going to do something. And I think when you attack, that starts a chain. So I can respond and just blow everything to hell.
One thing that does suck, though, is I cannot... If you use this effect, your opponent takes no further damage.
Question, though. He does count as a quick effect, though.
Yes, he
Isn't
does.
that on there?
Yes,
so I can respond to your Veiler. That's what's up. So, oh, I'm gonna veil that. No, you're not. Detonate,
I'm just gonna detonate it all.
Detonate.
You wasted your Veiler.
and everything's gone. Start from scratch. Meanwhile, I'm sitting pretty with a nice big back row.
No, you're
Oh
not.
no, I'm not.
You're sitting with just extra.
It's in my hand. I'll throw some cards down from my hand. Shut up. Don't poke holes in this. This guy is amazing. He's gonna do work. He's so unspecific. He's everywhere. He is in every deck, and I don't care who you are. If you have one, you're gonna play it or you're gonna sell it. Because you either want to make money, or you want to be gangster as hell. So, that's that. Seriously though, I see the Noble Knights moving forward like crazy. Can we talk Monarchs for 2 seconds?
Yes, we can, because that is now, other than the Noble Knights, it's the deck that I've been hitting on since, Megas were released. I was working on a build before I even knew about it. But the Megas are something that we needed because Mobius, a new 3-hit Night Beam.
That's if you're topping or you're offing a water card.
A water, well, your tributes have to be water to activate.
But do they have to be water tributed? Tribute summoned water.
You can do.
Can I do it off a Treeborn?
You can do it off of a double Treeborn because he is a 7-star. But if you use a tribute summon monster, aka Mobius, derp.
Don't derp them.
I wasn't derping them. I was derping Steven.
What about Dragon Ice?
You could do that.
No, because you're going to special summon that. Derp.
Hey, don't.
I just turned it on you. Be quiet.
But you can
Yeah. So he's first off he's triple MST. He's Mobius +1.
Yeah.
And then again, like Doug's trying to say, and we're fumbling because it's too late at night, and the Happy Juice is kicked in. Happy Juice is Mountain Dew tonight, guys. Gamer Fuel. Get it.
Actually, it's just plain old Dew. China didn't have the regular stuff, the good stuff.
No, all I'm saying is Mountain Dew needs to send us a check now because we talked about them. They won't.
Yeah, they
So-
Are we really advertising for Mountain Dew in this?
Not really.
No, but
We're
he's
moving
gonna,
on, okay?
He's gonna put a
Okay.
picture of the Mountain Dew can right at that top. Right
No,
at that
I'm not.
top. You're gonna do it.
I'm not going to do it.
No balls.
I don't have any.
He
I'm a
admitted
lady.
it.
I'm a
on,
lady.
on tape.
I'm a lady, guys. It's not a tape. It's being saved as a WAV format, okay?
You know what I mean.
And I'll change it to MP3 when I get home because it's smaller, and then I'll mix it down with like pictures of awesomeness because you don't want to see our faces. That's horrible.
Especially Stevens.
We all know you have a lot of pictures of awesomeness.
Yes, I do. I have pictures of justice. So, the new Mobius can triple Night Beam, or it could triple MST. And again, the new Mega Monarchs, like Doug was saying, what's that spell card? March of Monarchs?
The one that stops him from being...
No, our tutor card.
The tutor card, that is Return of the Monarchs.
Return of the Monarchs. So again, it benefits the player for the Monarchs of just dropping the whole idea of playing an extra deck and getting some stronger effects. Again, this is going to kind of kill Treeborn Frog in effect.
Yeah, I found that out earlier.
Of course, I saw you running some level eaters, and again, Maggio Sheldon.
Yeah.
He's okay. He does a couple things. He's not affected by the back row. He comes back during your standby phase, not the next one.
Plus, if I would have actually looked at him more before I just tossed him into the deck, I never even looked at his stats. I'm like, he's tribute fodder.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't
got that
matter.
nice 2KD. That makes him really good. He can sit up there for a little minute. He's not exactly going to get steamrolled unless you're playing Gravekeepers, and then Assailant says battle switch up, eat your face.
Let's not talk about that.
That's what you get for having a pet chameleon. But the Mega Monarchs, I think they're going to be really good. I can't wait to see like Mega Caius.
Mega Ryza, dude. I'm ready for Mega Ryza.
No, Mega Rise is going to be horrid. How about Thestalos, guys?
Oh, God.
Maybe in Megazaborg.
Well, obviously they're going to make Megazaborg.
No,
Can we
but it's
also...
gonna look awesome.
I just want to say this real quick. The reason they released Grandmarg first, guys, is they wanted to make your money off Grandmarg being the worst Monarch ever. I mean, seriously, Delg, Kuraz, much better than he'll ever be. Okay?
I'm still going to work away to play.
Thestalos, even in a meta where Dark World is tits, is still better.
He will still at least do damage.
He's better. Yeah, that'd be horrible, though. I could see me doing that to my opponent's Grapha and just be like, no, I'm going to use all the effects now.
Oh, God.
Plus, we hit on this new common card, Standoff.
Yes.
So, again, I suggested Monarchs for this because, again, with Maggio Sheldon, it doesn't really matter. His effect's going to resolve back in the graveyard when he has it back anyway. This card is actually pretty cool. I looked at it for like 20 minutes. You can ask these guys. I was like, must find a use. It has Samurai on it.
And then he repeatedly rattled off probably about 6 or 7 different decks and situations where it's playable.
Well, that's what
for each deck.
That's what you get being a professor type player. So you target a face-up effect monster in attack position on both sides of the field. Now, if they both remain on the field, then you negate their effects. And as long as both of their effects were negated by this, and as long as they stay in face-up attack position, they may not be destroyed by battle and are unaffected by other card effects. Also, they cannot attack or change their battle positions. Okay. So let's go with this again. They are unaffected by other card effects. This allows us to overpower them without them getting their effects. So, again, I hide with my Zen mains thinking I'm cool. And Doug says, my Monarch that's already had its effect loses its effect. I use my Tribute Fodder real quick to get up. I remove your back row. I remove a support card that you have. I do something. And then I run it over. Okay? It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Do I see this card hitting mainstream play? No. But does it have uses? Yes. Will somebody eventually tech this and it'll be one of those dollar commons out of nowhere? Yes.
$1, I'm going to shoot this thing up to $20.
Okay, so we're going to go to eBay with a bunch of these, and we're going to price them at $20 until the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh community believes it's worth $20. And then everybody will play it, and then everybody will realize within a week, like one shonen, they'll just be like, why did we do that? That was the worst choice ever. That was a waste of $20. Meanwhile, we're going to sell all our copies and bankroll like bosses. But not, because it'll never happen. Because I don't feel like paying listing fees for something that I know is not going to sell. Until somebody actually buys it, and I'm like, really? What? Garbage. Alright. A couple other cards that have really been doing well lately. I've seen Gagaga Cowboy literally going for game on his 800 shots. But he's just really cool. He's been putting in work.
Yes, he has.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going to read it real quick. It's 2 level 4s, so I can just do it with anything. Talk about versatile. And I'm always looking for the next card to replace my Shockmaster, because I really liked Shockmaster.
Who didn't like Shockmaster? Unless he was on the other side of the field, you loved Shockmaster.
I don't know, did he have any materials at the time?
They could have just used that last one.
Yeah, I still didn't like him. Number 104, Masquerade. Again, we're talking a rank 4, 3 level 4s, very unspecific. We're talking 27 by 12 light spellcaster. So, again, decent attribute, weird type for doing this type of thing. And then, during either player's battle phase, when an opponent's monster's effect is activated, detach, negate activation, if do, inflict 800. Okay, so your Battle Fader means nothing. Your Hand Trap means nothing. That, was it just monster effect? Yes, it was. You know, that Zen Mains didn't save itself. That Gachi Gachi did not remove. It failed on remove.
Just became useless.
Yeah, well, no, Shien was useless anyway. I'm just going to punch it. And then if you go ahead and you try to pass the buck, yeah, I'm going to make sure he's smoked. Plus, you had to use the other card to activate. He forces a couple bad plays. And when I see this against me, again, only one player I know has been playing this, which is weird because he's just a regular rare. And again, people, they tend to base their card choices off rarity, as much as the competitive play in the meta shonens, the meta regionals, that kind of jazz. So, again, and then once per turn, I may send the top card of an opponent's deck to the graveyard.
At no cost.
I mean, there's no reason for me to do that, but there's also no reason for me not to do that. Because again, I've had somebody do it to me. My JD goes. My Blackluster Soldier goes.
That trap card, that Solemn Warning that I sealed away with that Phoenix Swingwind Blast goes?
Yeah, I mean, sealing cards with this card in play, that's also very good. Let's face it, the Dinosaur decks with your Hydrogeddon plays, you guys can do this very easily.
Ninjas do it easily.
Wind-ups, ninjas, anything playing Rabbit. Your Noble Knights can do this like crazy to me. Six Samurai can pull this card. Gravekeepers can pull this card like nothing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
That's how we learn. That's what we learned about this card. Was a Gravekeeper deck.
Let's talk about Gravekeepers again, because we're not talking about them enough. So I flip spy, grab card, Rite of Spirit. Hello, what's up? Say hello to Daddy.
Keep in mind, this card is from last set, not the set that just came out.
Yeah, what is that from? JOTL.
That was
Judgment of the Light.
Yeah.
Was it the last set?
No, the last set was Shadow Spectre.
Okay, sorry, my bad. 2 sets ago, guys.
Okay, so this guy's been out for what? Can we just say 6 months?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Because we get them about every 3 months now.
Yeah,
We finally got it stabilized.
which is cool.
Thank
And-
you, Konami. I'm tired of waiting 6 months for a set.
Well,
Just
I,
like my
wouldn't,
ban
I wouldn't go 6 months. I would have said like 4.5, 5 months, because they were still trying to keep it regular, but every once in a while it seemed like we got a set, then we just got another set. But then again, usually it's like the battle pack.
Yeah.
We'll get the battle pack at a weird timing. We'll get the gold pack at a weird timing.
Well,
We get
I'm
the
talking
legendary
about
collections.
I'm talking about our actual sets.
I know what you're talking. You're talking about the core game. We get that, but Masquerade is actually really beefy. It's got a really good effect. It's not that hard to. Well, it is that hard to find. I don't see it in people's trade binders because it's a regular rare. Nobody carries those, unless you've got a like original Veiler from Duelist Pack or something. Well, I guess it's not original then, is it? The original was like an ultra, and
no.
then it came out as the regular rare. But unless you have something that's like a big name card, even stuff like Lakari, you might still find in a trade binder, or the Turbo Pack Retiari. A couple of times you'll find those.
Yeah.
But nobody will carry the Masquerade. And it's really depressing because it's really good, guys.
It's just people overlook it because of its rarity. They see that level. They see level 3, 4, well, 3 level 4s. I mean, it is like most people, like me. I'm gonna look at it, but I'm gonna read the effect. But I read every card. I even sit there and read the flavor text on the vanilla cards for whatever it's worth.
You guys wouldn't believe how mad he was that they changed White Dust On's text from "he can't believe he's so white even though he's covered in dust," because we can't condone people being dirty in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Because apparently they still have this thing that everybody that says, "Hey, we play cards. We must be smelly, dirty nerds."
I'll tell you what, I've been to a lot of card shops, and off the record, and I'm sorry, Magic players, but
You guys reek.
no, not really, just some. And I don't know if it's the social aspect of the game. The social aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a little more social, even though as players we all hate each other. That's built into the game.
I mean, do you really think me and Ray are best friends? Have you guys heard us bicker back and forth on these things?
I'm not going to condone that. And another card I've been thinking about, and the new set got me thinking about it because they got the upgrade for Heraldry Crest. All right, I pulled out the original and was running it today, and actually came in handy a couple times. So let me give you an effect. Okay, again, just like Masquerade, just like Shockmaster, we're a rank 4, triple overlay, non-specific. We got a Light Psychic at 26 by 14. Again, these guys tend to be bigger because the amount of inputs you got to go for, and this isn't that hard to play. The same decks that played Shockmaster, the same decks that can play Masquerade, are the same decks that can play this guy. Now, check this out. When special summoned, negate the effects of all other face-up Xyz on the field. Then you can target one of the other face-up Xyz on the field, and until the end of the turn, this card's name and original effect become the same as that monster.
Can you say hello? Copied that big eye that you got that's too overpriced to buy,
Yeah, no, I copied the Big Eye.
and stole your big eye. Why not?
There was that crazy little raccoon dude.
Oh,
When my guy's 26, I'm not getting anything weaker than that. So, little raccoon babies everywhere.
I noticed more and more low-level B support stuff coming out in the sets.
Well, that's
lately.
because they want to play cards like that. They want to bring you back to the silver names. They want to make more money off the circulation of the cards.
No, I mean
That's
no.
all.
Yeah, okay.
But again, like I said, Heraldry Crest. I mean, play it against Heliopolis sometime. See how mad it gets. Play it against. What were the other good ones we were talking about? How about Exiton Knight? How about you don't get your effect? But But I think I only keep your effect until the end of the turn.
Well, I mean, Exiton
Yeah.
is a quick effect, so he could chain to that and still say, screw you. Because remember, we were just talking about how him
Yes, but
versus
it
her.
has to be during my battle phase or my opponent's main phase then.
Well, whenever you special summon him, that's obviously going to be
My main phase, not his.
Oh, it's during his.
Yeah, it's...
And
with
I was the one that was reading the card effect.
Yeah, it's fine. But I did it to a couple. There was what was that new one? Tsukuyomi. What did she do?
Ujinti Suki.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, I know. I
We'll
just gotta get my binder.
We'll dig that out real quick. The Boojins. I really see the Boojins coming out. Not that they weren't already there, but the consistency in the plays I saw today, I got to give you guys like a triple thumbs up. That was actually really good. All the plays were really nice. They were consistent. They flowed. It seems like it's the new main tech deck, and it seems like we're going to move away from loops now, and we're going to move into a lot of more tactical plays, and not exactly the loops, but more control aspect elements. You ran into Kaiser Coliseum today, Steve.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Completely shut down the Dustons. Hardcore.
Doug, last week you ran into Ojamas, Chaos, Frozen Fitzgerald,
Don't remind me.
Sorcerer, BS.
All that fun stuff.
Finally, that DXC.
What else did you do? Was he running raccoons too for you?
No, he didn't. I didn't see any raccoons, but I did see a Dark Mist in his extra deck when I was flipping through it.
Hey, Dark Mist is still a card,
It is.
and I mean it's triple Roroku that's permanent. How can you not like that? So here's Bujentai Tsukuyomi. I hope I said that first bit right.
Bujinti.
Okay. So we got 2 level 4s. So let's talk Lightsworn. Let's talk Constellar, which is going to be getting more support. I guess the people that may or may not still be playing Vylons, they can do some of that stuff. Doug, let's hear about your Noble Knights again real quick. Alright, and of course, obviously the Boojins.
Yeah, because that's the card that it's made for.
Obviously, come on now. Don't be a total jerk. So once per turn, you may detach 1 Xyz from this. Send entire hand to graveyard. It has to be at least 1 card. Then draw 2. When this card you controlled... What? Wait. What? When this card you controlled while face up leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect.
I think they have a typo.
No, it's supposed to mean when it leaves your field and it's face up. So, like, you can't Book of Moon, then send it away from the field. This is like compulse fodder. Okay. When it leaves the field due to that card effect, target level 4 Beast Warrior Boojin monsters in your graveyard up to the number of materials on this card. Summon them. You may only control 1 Tsukuyomi at a time. So it's good that they didn't overpopulate it. In the off decks, it's a nice draw too, especially if you've got that 1 dead card.
Yeah,
So
like with me, if I want to get rid of that Excalibur.
Or again, you could do it with Guinevere because she gives 0 cares. She equips from the graveyard anyway, so it's free draws.
Yep.
And I like its stats. It's not bad. It's a nice 18 by 23. So again, it's not the most horrible card I've ever seen. And outside of needing the light attribute, it's going to see a lot of I don't want to say randomized play, but it's going to be in enough decks to where it's going to be good. I could even use this in my chaos, couldn't I? I think I have enough level 4s. Because I use the well, not even just that. I think I use.
I'm thinking of the last build that we worked on.
You mean that failure?
Yeah, that
happens.
Failure.
But no, I was thinking I could use it with the stun variants because I use like 3 Lila, 2 Raikou. I also use like 3-dimensional Alchemist, and I got a couple like other random guys like T King.
One now.
Dude, it's fine.
Still glad it's at 1.
I think Japan has it too because they're cool. They also have.
Japan always has better stuff.
Don't they have Bestiariat too?
Yes, they do.
That's so unnecessary.
Japan, you have all the fun.
They do. They also have Gundams in their plazas, because
I still want to go there and take a picture with the Gundam. Sorry, guys, I'm a Gundam fan. Deal with it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Why would you
Same
apologize for that? That was the worst apology I've ever heard.
Because you never know who's listening.
Apologize for liking something good. I have no words.
Yay! I've made 3. This is second thing in a row I've made Ray speechless at one point in time.
So again, I don't see too much exciting, like truly game breaking happening. But I see enough new cards entering that we are going to...
It's tilting the scales.
Yeah, it's going to specialize down a little bit, but that's what we needed. This is the first...
the first micro meta that we've seen.
I meant to say the first month in a micro meta. So, like, what we usually see in 6 months is going to happen in 3. So, again, like where we used to take the first 2 months to stabilize, the second 2 months was the major play. The 5th month was the last chance qualifiers for a lot of people. The 6th month, still really competitive. Everything was absolutely set, but people were starting to fluctuate their cards and prep for the next one. And again, I think 3 months was a good choice by Konami. I think it's really going to keep things fresh. And at least for nerds like us, we get to talk about something really lame a little more often. I mean, in the cycle of things, this really doesn't matter. But it's really cool. Do you guys see anything else that we need to address right now?
That one,
Gorgonic?
yeah.
Okay, so Gorgonic Guardian. I see Rockstun maybe picking this up. Again, Gorgonics, we got like, what, 5 cards with this? Or without it, maybe?
Currently, yeah.
About a half dozen cards. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
And again, we get another rank 3. It's 2 level 3 rocks. So it specializes it down enough. And again, when I say rock stun, I'm seeing like double legendary Jujutsu Man, or something where you go from a
Block man, that block guy that popped 2.
Well, yeah, when you go from the defensive posture into an attack posture.
Yeah.
This is where I see this. And then once per turn during either player's turn, so we can do this during both turns. Detach a material, target a monster, goes to 0. If it went to 0, if the effect fully went through, then it also loses its effects. These effects last until the end of the turn it does that. And then once a turn, during your own turns, you can target a monster with 0 attack and destroy it. So maybe we'll see a should we call it a mashup? Should we say it as a marriage between this and maybe the Reptilians?
There could be.
The Reptilians tried to do the Gorgonic bit a while back, and I noticed a lot of these guys are trying to look like snakes too. Because again, a Gorgon is like a Greek creature, a Roman creature. Greek. And most famous one is Medusa. And these guys petrify you, they turn you to stone. So again, we're talking about nulling out your power. We're talking about losing your effects. Basically petrifying the card. What else do you guys see coming up? What kind of plant deck do we see? Because plants are obviously going to do something. We need to try to nail it down now without saying Sylvan.
I mean, they did get their Lone Fire back up to 2, but I mean, it did cost them their debris.
Which, in my eyes, is a totally awful trade-off. I'd much rather have 2 Debris Dragons than 2 Lone Fires.
Yeah.
Because we were recycling Lone Fire anyway, who cared?
But,
Don't talk, Steven, that'd be horrible.
I was gonna say, I've seen a pretty cool plant token synchro deck.
Okay, what'd you see?
They're using Lone Fire in the Spore Engine for the token, but
Of course they were using Lone Fire.
Standard
Yeah,
plant engine.
plus
Did Gigaplant come back? Is anybody using that right now?
Yeah, they actually are.
It's 5-star, 6-star? 6?
6, I believe.
So we got Photon Bouncer abilities. Of course they're going to be running B-Rose, because B-Rose is boss. How about Mark of the Rose? Did you guys see that in any of the decks? Because that's still kind of cheesy.
I was gonna say it was used in a plant synchro deck I saw.
Well, yeah, because you get the card during your turns, so use it as synchro or overlay material real quick.
Yeah, that was about it so far.
Yeah, but did you see that card? Was it played?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. God.
Steven tends to just ramble on, even after he's proven his point. This is why our videos normally last a long time.
Oh, hush,
He wasn't
Doug.
in any other videos.
I thought he was in the very first video that we shot.
No, that was just me and you.
That was you two.
And again, we had a lot more to cover. We sat there, we talked about it for like 2 hours.
It ended up being 59 minutes. I think this one's actually going to run over that.
Yeah, this one's going to be more like an hour and a half by the time we're done.
I mean, we're close, unless there's any other things. I don't know of anything that we really need to talk about, unless you guys want me to start pulling through and see what I can find in that box of stuff that I pulled.
Oh no, okay, so Titanials. Titanials I see maybe going back up in value just a little bit. Titanial was always a good card, and if you saw something that was generating tokens like crazy, expect to see that. Because again, they can offer Dandelion.
Yep.
Then Dandelion comes out with its 2 fluffs. and then they fluff the field.
Fluffy.
Do you guys maybe see any point in time where they decide to adopt DNA surgery and do something with like level leaders too? Because again, Titania, we're talking a nice level 8. We're talking about a bunch of other big ones. We're talking about the ability to use. Didn't they have their own Monster Reborn, like a fertilizer trap or something?
Yeah,
Miracle
they-
Fertilizer, it's a continuous spell.
Oh, it's a spell.
Yeah.
That's even better because I'll just do it on my own turn. But they got that. They got Calls of the Haunted, and then with DNA surgery and that and Dandelion.
And they also
And
have
everything.
their new Angel of Roses card, too. Treat
All right.
yourself as a double tribute for the plant.
Angel of Roses didn't do that. No,
No, the new one that just came out of the set.
no,
You
that
gotta
was
be looking
that
up
was
for
the
it.
little that was the little one. No, the one.
Rose Witch.
No, guys, stop. Okay, he's talking about the big guy, the big girl that can, instead of being 2 tributes, can be 1 tribute if used a plant. You're talking about the common. We want to talk about the big one that nukes the smallest monster on the field every turn. That's more of aggressive. I don't think it'll see play in that deck.
I'll get the name as soon as my phone decides to cooperate.
No, yeah, you're talking about the Queen Angel of Roses. Or something like that. And it was a double tribute that can be a single tribute if you use a plant type. And it destroys the smallest monster per turn.
Yeah, Queen Angel.
Again, it's cool, it's aggro. I don't see it doing anything. I really don't. I think the biggest upcoming threats are going to be these Noble Knights, the Monarchs, anything that's super tech. I still see Geargia as a threat.
It's always going to be a threat.
And it's just so fun to play. It
It
really
is.
is.
I love it.
I don't think I think the Harpies are going to fall out here within the next 2 weeks.
I saw somebody playing this today.
I did, but I'm sorry, there's too many ways to misplay.
It is.
And I'd much rather have my Black Wings than those. And nobody's playing the Black Wings, so I don't expect the Wing Beast or the Wing Beast typing to be seen too often. I don't see anything crazy from water happening right now. I think it's Fire Fist. I think it's going to be Gravekeeper control. I see some form of plant control. If zombies get off their butt and ally up with these Lightsworns, you got your Zombie Master plays, you got triple Mizuki, triple Plague Spreader, you have access to Zombie World plays, you have all the crazy stuff, you have Endless Decay, you have the new Vampires.
Eh.
Um,
From what I've seen, they don't mix too good with the original zombies.
they really don't. No, they're their own new thing, but all the old zombie support's still going to be pretty viable. But like I said, you got Trip Mizuki, Trip Plague Spreader, and Triple Book of Life. What else do you really need? You're going to play Ryukokis. You're going to be able to have access to all those crazy levels. You're going to be able to synchronize. You're going to be able to tune.
I still can't believe that zombie player did not know what Ryukoki was.
I meant to say overlay. How do you not know what Ryukoki is?
That is a very good question because I
No, with
asked
Noble Knights being as central as
Sad
they are,
question.
because it's going to hit what? Spellcasters and it hits warriors. And that's a good majority of the main decks. Why haven't we seen more of the spellcaster prophecy though? Is it just because of Fate, or is it just because they want the new decks are shiny, brand new, and people are testing it out?
I don't know. I mean, I know of 3 people down there that normally play it, but I haven't seen them play it for a while.
I know, it's kind of fallen out. Maybe just locally here. Again, the Bujins are really good. So, let's try this one more time. Bujin, Fire Fist, Noble Knights, Gravekeeper control, some variant of plant control, because plants are just disgusting.
And possibly some monarchs.
Oh no, definitely some Monarchs. They're so tech, and again, you can play it with or without the extra deck. Some cards reward you for going without it. Some are just really good to, like you had your, what was it called again? Return of the Monarchs?
The tutor.
Yeah. And, again, it depends on the version of Monarch you want to run. But remember, MST's at 3. So this card is able to get taken down. Mobius doesn't say it's your opponent's cards that you have to take down. You take down your own if you need to. You can play out of it. What about frogs, guys? Are frogs doing anything?
Not that I've seen. I haven't seen him for a while since Sub.
How about
got hit.
Baby Raccoon?
Baby Coons?
I saw Vince get into top 8 with it, because Vince is beast mode. And then he had work, so he scooped.
Go figure.
I mean, play a children's card game or make money. I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Always
true.
make money.
I mean, I've skipped out on tournaments to go to work, too.
You skipped out on the today's tournament to help out your family. You're a good guy, so you win. Plus, how many entries did you buy?
Let's see.
You
Out
paid
of
160, so that's 8 entries there. You bought 9 entries today.
easily.
You bought 9 entries on your own.
Yeah, it is 8 because 9 because there is 9 of these Sylvan Blade Faders or whatever they
Vendor.
were. Blade Vendor.
Not vendor. He's not vending the blades. He's not selling them. He's fending them. He's like a fencer. Didn't you see his rapier-style blade?
No, I didn't pay any attention to it.
That's fine. It's Sylvan. We don't need to pay attention until the next sets come out. I am interested to see what they do, though. How about Ghost Tricks, guys? How about the New Age flip-flop? Steven, you're the only one who fought against them today, and you know the most of the effects. What do you see being the most important with them?
The effects are various. The field spells...
So vague. Why do you
Well,
even bother showing up?
Because we asked them to.
Mistake that we will remedy next time.
They mill cards from the top of the opponent's deck. They pull each other out of your own deck or the graveyard to the hand and
What's
whatnot.
their 1xCs do came out last set? The good one.
Talking about Alucard, it just got I believe 400 attack boost for each Ghost
Boast.
Trick in the Great.
It boasts
Boost.
attack.
Yeah.
Steven cannot talk.
It doesn't
I'm
boost
suffering with
attack.
sinus cold.
It doesn't boost attacks, guys. It just boasts them. It's talking about all that good stuff, but it doesn't do nothing. It's Dracula backwards.
Got plus 400 for each one in the graveyard or something like that. They got a new one that's a rank 1.
No, Alucard
detachment.
does something else.
Okay, I guess if you guys aren't gonna look it up with your phones, we'll drop the subject. All right. Anything else that we see forming the meta, or can we agree it's gonna go a split route between 2 or 3 control decks, the possibility of Prophecy being the loop deck, and the plants ending up being like the cool techie loop, like the all round deck, with a couple decks that just overpower through massive use of cards. So we're looking at a control, semi-aggro, a couple loops, and it's going to be the players that are better with the fundamentals, the fundamental players, the guys that know their basic timings, and they know good effects when they see them, and they tech in the good cards. Can we agree or disagree?
I'll agree for this one.
Sounds about right.
All right. So if you guys have a good deck, and by that just one that works for you.
One that you can
And-
actually play and not have to read your own cards.
Yeah, you don't want to reread your own cards. That's bad. Why would you even say that?
I've seen people do it even at regionals, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, in regionals, you have something at stake. You want that invite. You want that nationals mat. You want all that. So you do it.
I just go to test everything out.
You should test at locals.
I test
Or you
it.
should do Dev Pro and you should do Dual Network and stop being poor.
Wait a minute. Who's the guy who has the most amount of money right now?
It's Bill Gates.
I meant in this room. Yeah.
Bill Gates.
Okay, so apparently my name is now Bill Gates.
No, you have a Windows computer, therefore he's here.
That's a Sony.
Sony Vaio running Windows XP. I win.
Go figure. Ray always finds the way to win.
No arguing.
It's because you'll lose, like you did all day.
0-5. Boop, boop.
I thought we weren't talking about records.
Hey, you said losing all day.
It's okay. I went 2-3. I don't have any room to speak.
Hey,
I thought I was
happens.
at least gonna go. I thought I was at least gonna go plus today, but again, I didn't think. I just played. I actually went for fun, which is exactly the opposite reason of why I was going. I ended up having a lot of fun. So I guess we're gonna cap off the discussion here, guys, because it's just becoming redundant. So again, this was Raymond,
Doug?
And Steven.
And that was our wrap-up of what happened at Sneak Peek, what we see coming out later. Do you guys have a discussion topic that you want to do the next time?
I don't know, but I do want to do a build on, a couple of deck builds.
Well, we're
Maybe
gonna do
later on.
deck build. We're gonna do the deck builds here and there. Like I might actually just put the zombies into my Lightsworn and explain why it should be played, and talk about all the ins and outs that it has. Because again, let's talk about it. Because again, Masquerade is good. Heraldry Crest is a nice tech, and then you still have access to everybody like your Gagaga. You can go synchro, but you don't have to, and you can get a lot of really good plays in that deck.
It is always nice to stack that wolf that's in your hand back with that plague spreader, though. So it middles.
Yeah, I did do that, didn't I?
Still lost, but it
That's
worked.
fine. Whatever. What about you, Steve? Anything that you see that we should talk about next time before we waste these people's time any further today?
Nothing really too much. Just maybe a couple deck builds.
So there's nothing fundamental.
Maybe some duel videos. I don't know.
Dual videos are so lame. Leave that to the really good teams.
Hey, we're getting there.
I'm sorry, I'm a simple person that likes to play fun decks. I'm gonna leave making talk to Doug in his, Noble Knights every week?
Hey, they went 3 weeks in a row, top 8. 2 of them were undefeated through top 8. I'm not complaining.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys, I get cocky when it comes to my warrior decks. That's me.
But he's always been good with warriors, so he doesn't have a reason not to be cocky. Except when I go first in a 6 Samurai Mirror match.
And he draws that gateway first.
I didn't draw that gateway at all that time. Either game.
Yeah,
It goes back and forth between us. It's whoever goes first.
I don't know. There was that one time we proved each other wrong.
You're right. There was that one time I 3-0'd you, and then there was that time that you 3-0'd me. It's fine. Whatever. Because real pros play the last match or the last game in the match, even if you don't need to. I guess next time we will talk, and how about if we talk about something fun? If you guys have any ideas that maybe trump ours before then, why don't you go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Tell us how bad we suck. Tell us that we need to do these talks earlier in the day so we don't ramble on about the same thing 3 times. If you think that we are a good resource, you can go ahead and subscribe, because again, we will pop up in your activity stream when we do shoot something new. Maybe we won't be god-awful and boring again.
Hey, we get the boring talks out of the way, then we give you guys some action.
Then if you guys want to see a specific deck list, if you guys want to see us build a deck, if you guys want to challenge us to a deck build, go ahead. You can leave those down in the comment box too. Give us the thumbs up if you think that we're horrible. Give us a thumbs down if you think we're great. What?
You said it flip-flopped.
I know I did. I just don't know why you're laughing.
I blame it on lack of sleep.
You fail. How about next time we talk about side deck?
Side decking is always
That'd
hard
be a
choices.
good idea.
It's definitely an art. It's definitely something worth talking about. And with all the regionals that are going to be coming up here soon, with the meta trying to stabilize itself right now in the first month, I think this is something really good. I think you guys are going to like it. And we'll have our shit together before we do that. We'll talk about... Doug, choose a deck.
Monarchs?
Monarchs. He's going to build a side deck that Monarchs are going to use. Steven, choose a deck.
Ojamas.
Why?
That deck is so simple to
Jet-
side in. You don't need to side.
What do you side in an
Well,
Ojama deck?
Obviously not more copies of Ojamas because they're all in the main deck.
No, you side in different traps and beast monsters for them.
Woo! Okay, so Steven's going to be really awful and lame, giving me a run for the king of lame. Do you guys want to choose a deck for me? Because you guys know I can build just about anything.
GBs.
You're going to give me gladiators?
Because you've been talking about it every video that we've done.
Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll go home tonight. I'll slap it together. I'll figure out an extra deck and everything. And that's another discussion, too, we could do. And maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll tape it same day. Maybe we'll tape it in the next week afterward. We'll talk about extra decks. Should we just do the same decks again?
Yeah.
How about we do the extra decks and the side decks at the same time?
We could. My deck's going to be pretty much easy because...
Yeah, because you're just building your deck. You're building your new deck. Steven's got something he's actually been working on. He sees the ins and outs, and we're gonna tear him apart because he's Steven.
We always terrible for it.
And I want you guys to question everything I say. I don't want you to take anything as law. So come
I
out.
do that anyways.
You do, but Steven's kind of a pushover with no spine. Who doesn't know how to open a bottle of wine. So, with a cork, he doesn't understand. Put in corkscrew, pulled it out.
No, he's too poor to afford one.
I didn't know we didn't have one.
How can you be so poor that you can't afford that?
Dude, everybody's got one. I've got one of those on my knife.
Eh?
Yeah, on his knife.
I'm sorry. Happens.
I'm gonna buy him a Swiss Army knife.
I'll give him one.
I have one.
I'll enlist him in the Swiss Army.
Sorry, my Swiss Army knife has a can opener, not a corkscrew.
You should have both.
No, because I
What
think it's
hap-
one of the original one that I had, and I broke it off in a wall.
No, what I'm saying is, when you're in the Swiss Army, sir, you're not only going to need to open your rations, but you're going to need to open a bottle of Chardonnay under fire. You don't even know. Do you think creature comforts and luxurious things and class take a side seat when you're getting shot at?
No.
No, sir.
No, watch, we're gonna have a bunch of Swiss Army guys come after us now.
Yeah, we're gonna get that one post that's on every Facebook about how you're the world class sniper and you're gonna find us and we don't even know, and we're such scum sucking maggots, and
I think it's
you're gonna
time to
drop
change my
us. You remember that? It was on like every Facebook. It's like, I will find you and destroy you. You're good at Call of Duty, but you think that's real life? I have more dog tags than you have pubes. That's fine.
What's weird is you should only actually ever have two because they're both. It's the same thing. All it is your identity.
No, it's like a score collection.
Oh, you're talking about that style.
Yeah, way to go, Doug.
Yeah, sorry.
He plays he plays kill confirmed all the time. Doesn't understand it. That's fine. I pick up the shiny thing.
Shiny.
I thought we were
If
talking
it's gold, it's good. If it's red, I deny.
All right.
About,
Well,
I
we
was
should probably
talking
get
about
out
Doug,
here.
not me.
Okay, guys. So we'll just do the art of side decking next time. Forget the extra deck. That's another day altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doug, Monarchs,
Yep.
Squeeve, Awful Deck,
Hey.
Gladiator Beasts like a champion. All right, guys. This is the King of Lame show. We are out.